Welcome back to Let's Play Mass Effect. We've just fixed up Peak 15, got it all running again, and looks like we're free to move on to Rift Station. Let's hope,
Departing Central Station. Destination, Rift Station.
let's hope any, these creatures we see get trampled by the tram and we don't have to deal with them later.
Now arriving at Rift Station, Binary Helix Research Facility.
Alright, we've arrived. We are under a lot of ice, it looks like. Elevator to mess hall, quarantine lab, hot lab, science station. Science barracks, secure lab, ventilation room, restricted area. There's a lot of places to explore here. Hopefully, it'll be somewhat linear at first. Looks like we have already a red door. This takes us to the secure area, I think. And it's the exit only. That looks accessible, so of course we're going to check out here first. This is the hot labs. Elevator locked down by order of Captain J. Ventralis. Alright, so it looks like we're going this way, towards the barracks. Quarters, whatever. And here's Captain.
Stand down.
Here's Captain Ventralis.
Sorry, we couldn't be sure what was on the tram.
I take it you've encountered those things.
Encountered, fought, seen men ripped apart by. We're all working on stems. Look, you're human and that's enough that I won't shoot, but I'd like to know who you are.
Call me Shepard. I was sent to find an Asari matriarch.
Venezia? Yeah, she came through here. The aliens overran the hot labs last week. Only Han Olar got out, and he ain't all there anymore. The first we knew, the bastards were clawing into my command post. We had a lot more staff then.
I'm packing fire and steel. They want to fight with claws and teeth, it's their funeral.
You got my support. The board sent an Asari to clean up the mess. She went to the hot labs yesterday. We haven't heard from her since.
This is worth 2 Paragon. This 2 Renegade.
I've got business with her. Stay out of my way.
All I can do is hold out here and protect the civilians.
There's an emergency elevator out by the trams. This card will let you activate it. Can take you down to the hot labs.
Oh, and if you need any first aid, Dr. Cohen's downstairs in the med bay.
You're certain the matriarch is still in the hot labs?
She hasn't come back here. You came through Central Station, so she ain't there.
Tell me about Rift Station.
I can't talk about everything. What do you need to know?
What kind of research is done here?
Beats me. I'm not supposed to know. So long as people don't start dying, it's not my problem.
Tell me about the defenses here.
Secure enough that you shouldn't poke in corners.
You survive somehow requires 1 charm point. This place is vulnerable, requires 2 intimidate points.
I just wanted to offer some deployment advice. You're lucky these things are dumb animals. 3 coordinated guys could take this place.
Have you checked the layout yet? Easily defensible by a few people. That's not counting the automated defenses.
Automated defenses can be overridden.
What impresses me most is the turrets, alarms, and cameras. They're all routed through a central location out by the quarantine labs. One guy can lock down the whole facility. The security hub's the last logical fallback, and we'd have cover from the turrets all the way.
What can you tell me about the aliens?
Ask Dr. Olar. He's the only one who made it out of the hot labs. He's the only Volus left in here.
I need to know more about the situation in the hot labs.
The facility's off the network. The only way to find out would be to send scouts down the elevator, and I won't send my people to their death.
Tell me about the structure of the hot labs.
It's built into one of the glaciers further down the mountain. Real old, thick, stable one. Something goes wrong, they heat it up and sink it into the ice. Normally, the crew gets to the labs using a tram from Central Station. We've got an elevator that connects directly, but it's for emergency use only.
Listen, I'm not sending my people down there. It's too dangerous. You understand?
Did the aliens come from inside the facility, or did they attack from the outside?
You want my personal opinion? Labs like that exist to do stupid crap that gets people killed.
It's a pretty important question, though. I mean, if they're coming from in here, then they should be fully contained here, hopefully.
How are your people holding up?
We weren't expecting the initial wave. They made it inside. We lost some good people. Those of us left are short-handed. We've kept order by long shifts and stems. I don't like it, but I don't see an alternative.
I've got work to do.
Yeah, I hear that. Hell! Man the perimeter!
Go, go, go!
Alright, so we have a choice here. We could run to that elevator, we could run back to that door, and completely avoid this fight. And it will kind of piss off the captain here. And there's actually a path to get you to Renegade, but I want the XP here.
Go, go, go!
Surprise, they came out of there. Alright. Liara, a little lift, please.
Hold the line!
I have to wait for these guys to, for some reason, the attack on this second guy doesn't work at all.
Hold the line!
In my practice run, instead of trying lifting the second guy, I tried neural shock, and even though it fired, it didn't affect him. This time I tried lift, and it didn't affect him either. That is a bug. Alright, that's good to know.
Thanks for the help. Every few hours, a group comes up the tram tunnel. It's actually better since we locked down the elevator.
And because we helped him, we get this. This offer. This is a freebie worth 2 Paragon.
I'll do whatever I can.
I don't know why they keep throwing themselves against our defenses. Even animals should learn not to stick their noses where it hurts.
Okay, then we can move on.
I'd kill for a P204. Just hold down the trigger and zap. Hallway full of flash-boiled bugs. Captain tell you about the hot labs? I wouldn't go there. Bug Central. Didn't think I'd see this kind of action after retirement.
You sound like a lot like a guy named Chelik. And you don't sound like anybody. Alright, so we had a couple choices there. I'll take the journal real quick here. Yeah, we got a card from Ventralis to go to the hot labs. That was one of the elevators that was locked down. You are tracking down Matriarch Benezia. She left Risk Station to battle the creatures in the infested hot labs. The labs can be accessed via an emergency elevator between Ventralis' barricade and the tram station. So even though it seems like that's where we ought to go, almost every playthrough I watch of this game, they never do that. And I'm not going to either, by the way. This is Ventralis' office. Nice, I suppose, but absolutely useless in this game. Alright, we're in a big room here, and this would be the medical bay. Alright, so we just came from... Yeah, okay, so that's where we're standing out and facing the rachni there. We have a quarantine lab over there. We have some barracks. Thank you, that's what I did need to do. We have a store, somebody named Patosi. Security and a bunch of hallways leading to a secure lab. Yeah, Noveria's big. Alright, let's start over here. A sick scientist and a scientist. And
You're not going to go to the hot labs, are you?
And Rex right in the way.
Where did they come from? Were they in the lab? I never went in the high security areas.
That stain in the corner is where Ellie died. I wanted to ask her out, but I never...
My contract was up. I was going home.
Look at the guard over there. Look at his hands. See them twitching?
They'll be coming for me. I know they will.
If the bugs don't get us, one of Ventralis' people is going to flip out and kill us.
That matriarch's dead. Everyone's dead over there. I tried to tell her, but she pressed down on my brains.
You're not going to go to the hot labs, are you?
The Matriarch's dead? That's not what I keep hearing. Pardon us while we take your guns. Celestia Ialis.
What?
You're a member of the science teams.
Recently transferred, yes.
What do you do here?
Molecular genetics. I specialize in biotic-enhanced allele-specific hybridization.
Yeah, that's a bit technical for me.
I am very good at tracking inherited variations in genetic sequences. I'm sure you would find it quite dull.
You seem less upset about this situation than the others.
That is one of the virtues of the meditation you interrupted.
Tell me about yourself.
I am Celestia Ialis from the University of Arraeus. Is there anything in particular you want to know, or should I just spout random facts?
No need to be so rude.
You are interrupting my meditations. Precisely how rude must I be to convince you to leave?
Do you know Matriarch Benezia?
Why ask me, and not your friend?
Because I do not know anything about the Matriarch.
Then why would I?
That's all for now.
Then I will return to my meditations.
And the sorry I don't really care for. Rex, out of the way.
Science pukes. Should just bug out and leave them to die. All their fault anyway. Bug out. What the hell are you looking at? You want me to use this? The company sent up a bunch of damn Asari. Eye candy won't kill bugs.
I wouldn't call Ialis much eye candy.
Got a smoke? We're all out. Been counting your kills? I'm up to 24. Krogan, Hanar, these things. Doesn't matter what color they are, or how many legs they have. They're all out to screw us.
I kind of would love Rex having a little something to say there. But alas, we have a restricted area. And if you take a peek inside, you can see some twitching drones in there. Turrets. Restricted areas off limits to all unauthorized personnel. And yet it's quite inviting. It's kind of weird to be restricted and not only unlocked, but open. Let's avoid that area for now.
What? No! Sorry, I haven't had much sleep since the attack. Is there something you need?
I'm looking for an Asari.
Asari? Well, there's Dr. Ialis over there. There's also our guest, Lady Benezia. Captain Ventralis might know where she is.
What sort of work do you do here?
I can't say. I signed a non-disclosure agreement. If we survive, I'd like to keep my job. The location is terrible, but the pay is better than any other commercial lab.
You're not happy on Peak 15?
The outside world doesn't exist here, just walls of ice and rock. There's only the work, the discovery. It's easy to forget why science is guided by ethics. Maybe we're paying for that now.
What do you know about the hot labs?
Nothing, I didn't work there. As far as I know, Han Olar was the only survivor.
Is he in the medical ward?
No, he's staying in the science team's quarters. Be gentle with him. He had a trying experience.
What do you do here?
I'm a toxicologist. I can't talk about my work. Not that I'm doing anything since the accident.
There was an accident here?
I can't talk about what happened. Not here. Too public. Talk to Dr. Cohen in the medical ward. He was the project lead.
How are you holding up?
It would be petty to complain after showering off a coworker's brain. None of us have had enough sleep since the attack. Of course, not all of us have guns.
I'll talk to you later.
Remember to report any suspicious noises.
You mean the little squealing sounds we hear when these rachni appear? And no, I'm not supposed to know the rachni yet. That's because the game, I think, believes you would be going here before you'd ever go into Cerberus, but we didn't, so we know what's going on here. Well, I mean, we know what we're facing here, we don't know why they're here.
Uncertain. I welcome you. Cautiously, I am curious to know what you're doing here.
I was sent here to find an Asari matriarch.
Surprised? One has visited recently. Furtively. There are rumors she has gone to the hot lab. For now, with forced cheer, I still have a limited supply of equipment to sell.
Given the situation, you should freely contribute to the defense.
Pointedly, I give freely to Captain Ventralis. You, delicately, are not paid to protect us.
He has a point.
Let's have a look.
Regretfully, most of my stock is being appropriated by Captain Ventralis.
Alright. Yeah, he's got Rosenkov and Elkos combined in Sort of Foundation. That's really all he ever has here. So it's nothing that we need. And since there aren't any licenses, that means we already now have, or we already have all the licenses available in the game. Because this is the last store. Alright, but he's going to be very useful to us for dumping our inventory that we've picked up so far. So I'm going to do that, and I'll catch up with you in a moment. And boom! Just like that, we have shed 2.5 million credits. So I get my credit feedback again. Yay. Okay. Alright, so we were told that Dr. Cohen might have some answers for some of the things we've been seeing here. So let's see if we can find him.
I know you'd have a cure by now.
We have some sick scientists here. They're not feeling so well. Oh, lovely. Mirrors follow us all the way over here.
This system is online and ready to provide emergency services.
One nice thing is that while you're here, in this particular spot where you can contact Mirror, if you need first aid, meaning if you don't have any metagel and you don't have any medical upgrades on your armor, she can patch you right up. So, I mean, in every way, this mission seems to be, I mean, it's almost like geared that you would go and do this first, and yet it just never made sense to me.
What are you doing over here?
I administrate the systems of all of the various Peak 15 facilities.
Our medic is... well, he's not with us anymore. Mira's running the automatic systems for us.
What's wrong with these people?
Accessing logs. They were in the midst of an experiment when the shutdown began.
When you were taken offline...
Without my program to administrate containment procedures, a quarantine breach occurred.
What treatments have been attempted?
I'm afraid treatment is not possible. An unknown toxin is present within the tissues of each patient.
We don't need anything right now.
Very well, Commander. Logging you out.
Well, let's see if we can get more information about this issue with the good doctor here.
What do you want?
I didn't mean to bother you.
No, you did nothing wrong. I'm just distracted.
What happened to these people?
They're suffering from a toxin. There was an accident. I have a non-disclosure agreement. I shouldn't discuss it with anyone outside of the company.
But you're going to, because I might be able to help.
And I'd like to think that the company finds our lives more valuable than their secrets. You know Mira, the VI for Peak 15? She handles the safety protocols for our experiments here.
You should consider doing safer experiments.
All progress requires... Look, is this really the time for an ethics debate? We lost the connection to Mira in the middle of an experiment and the quarantine failed. These three were exposed to a toxin, something we were working on.
Oh, this one annoys me. I need more to help requires 7 charm points. Tell me everything requires 7 intimidate points. Yeah, this one's annoying. Can't persuade Dr. Cohen to give details of the toxin. This is one of those places in the game where it's not like you are trying to avoid killing someone or resolving a situation. All you really want is more lore, just more story. Just tell me more. And I'm denied at this point. I need 7 points in either one of those skills to get it. It's not a lot of information, but it's somewhat interesting. Turns out that they've been working on a bioweapon. It appears to be really good at killing off one species, but it doesn't do anything to any other species. And so they've been trying to make it more pandemic. I mean, more of a, affects everybody. Because governments want this kind of stuff, right? So of course if we could take that path, we would be able to scold him for that. And wouldn't actually resolve anything, but still, it's a bit of story that I think is important, and it's kind of annoying to me that I can't get to it. Anyway, we have other options, as always.
Congratulations, you made an illegal bioweapon. You think to make a cure for it?
Our first priority was getting it working. We were close to synthesizing an antidote when Mira went down. Our notes and equipment are locked in the quarantine labs. Captain Ventralis doesn't want to risk more contamination.
Is he right to keep people out?
No, the toxin has a brief period of viability. After that, it breaks down into simple protein chains. But he won't listen to me.
I'll talk to Ventralis for you, but I don't have the training for that.
No, of course. You don't look like a biochemist. No offense.
How's the science team holding up?
Better than Ventralis' guards. They've been on alert since the first attack. I've been administering stims at their request. But every species needs to sleep. They're getting twitchy, irrational.
Are you the doctor here?
I'm a doctor, but not the doctor. My specialty is microbiology, not first aid. We had a medic, Dr. Salah, but we lost him. The automatics can handle basic treatment. Mira runs them.
What will it take to get the cure for these people?
The quarantine labs are near the science team's quarters. Once you're in there, look for our notes. It should just be a matter of following our processes.
Talk to you later.
I hope you can do something.
Alright, and we get a new assignment out of that. Noveria quarantine. Dr. Cohen told you that several of the scientists at Rift Station were sickened by an experiment gone awry. Captain Ventralis won't allow anyone to go into the labs to manufacture a cure for them. He might make an exception in your case. You need to ask Ventralis for permission to enter the quarantine labs. Alright, let's go do that.
Something you need?
I've heard about the problems in the quarantine lab. I'd like to recover the toxin cure.
God, I wish we could help those guys. I really do, but
We can't risk contamination now.
If we survive, your employers will want a report from me. I wonder how much insurance they have on those scientists.
all right, you want to gamble with your life, you're not under my command. I'll have the guard let you in, but he'll lock the door behind you. He'll run a full scan before he'll let you out. If there are any anomalies, you stay in there.
Great. We'll be stuck unless he decides we're healthy.
I'll radio ahead to let the guard know. Good luck.
It looks like we're headed down into the quarantine area. Yay.
I've got work to do.
You and me both.
Make a cure. Head to the quarantine lab, which is downstairs near the science team quarters. There should be equipment and notes that will allow you to replicate the scientist's work and create a cure. Alright. To quarantine and barracks. And here's Han Olar.
You came to find out about them, didn't you?
Are you trying to be cryptic or are you just nuts?
I wish I were crazy. It would be easier.
I need to know more about those things out there.
About the rachni?
Rachni? That's preposterous.
The Krogan wiped them out 1,000 years ago.
They found it in a derelict ship. An egg. Waiting since the last battles. They brought it here.
Shut up! God, you want to get us killed?
I don't have any control over who lives or dies here. Do you?
If you're gonna be crazy, be the quiet kind.
Crazy? I'm sane. God, am I sane.
heard you were at the hot labs. How did you make it out alive?
I killed her.
Who?
Doctors on Muir. We were going to lunch when the alarms went off. I ran into the tram, and I closed the doors. She banged on the window once, then they sliced her to pieces. Her head came apart like a melon. I closed the door. I killed her.
If you hadn't, you'd be dead too.
Of course. That is perfectly true.
Still, that is a, that's would be hard to live with.
Could Matriarch Venezia survive in the hot labs?
It's possible. The specimens were sensitive to biotics.
Yes, although that one certainly seemed to know how to resist.
I need to know everything about the rachni.
I told you all I can. We brought the rachni back from the dead. In retrospect, a bad decision.
And there, the Volus demonstrate their great gift of understatement.
I'll be leaving now.
Yeah.
Alright, this is the science team quarters. They don't even get a separate room, it looks like. Pardon me while we take everyone's guns.
Okay, this one will get you. How can you tell jokes? So this hydrogen atom says to another hydrogen, I lost my electron.
I've heard this one.
And the other hydrogen says, man, are you sure? I'm positive.
Anja's not laughing.
Just shut up.
God. Gotta keep the mood light. I mean, if you don't laugh, you'll... Yeah, you just have to.
I used to have nightmares like this. Too many cheap horror vids before lights out.
I should have taken my vacation. No, I had to get those last few alleles nailed down.
We were running on batteries before the connection to Central was restored.
It could be worse, right? I could be one of those guys in the med bay.
I'm more afraid of the guards now. They've been getting twitchy.
You'll do something about those things, right?
Yes, I will. And that is one of the very few times you hear Turian sounding genuinely scared. Also, there's another open door here. And Rex is trying to get in my way again. To the maintenance area. The maintenance area is restricted to authorized personnel. I'm a spectre. Alright, this must be the quarantine area.
You're not part of the crew.
Call me Shepard. I'm a spectre sent by the Citadel.
There aren't any human specters. Look, Plague doesn't care who you are. This lab is under quarantine. What do you want?
I have Ventralis' permission to go in there.
Yeah, he radioed. He also said you have to prove you're not contaminated to get out. You got a death wish? You should stand watches on the barricade.
Man, being a spectre does not mean every door opens for me, does it? Alright, so there are 3 separate rooms up here, but only 2 are worth going into. And really, there's nothing but metagel in there, so we'll grab it if we need it. Oops, I should have seen that coming. Just guns. Savant 10 Omni Tool. Very nice. Didn't need it, but I'll take it. Alright. There we go. Some research notes. We've isolated 4 chemicals that can be combined to counteract the toxin. They must be mixed in precise quantities. As each chemical is poured, the equipment will mark the minimum and maximum amount that will work. Too little or too much will spoil the result. Alright, let's see if we can make a cure here. Start mixing. Switch file. Okay, I see how this works. But the last one's gonna be tough. Yeah.
Your mission ends here, Shepard.
We'll see about that, bitch.
You're a sleeper agent for Venezia.
I was ordered to eliminate you should the opportunity arise. And here you are, trapped in this lab. Weapons free!
Oh boy. Alright, let's see how long it takes to our singularity to fire here. There we go. Not too long. Wow. That was a combination of enemies. Alestia is apparently wasn't a Asari commando. She had another Asari commando and 2 Geth with her. Who didn't see that coming? I actually didn't the first time. Alestia just seemed like kind of pent up. And let me guess, yeah, we're not gonna have to. Nope. Well, that means we get out of here easily, but kind of feel sorry for that guy.
They came out of there.
You mean that maintenance area?
You mean the inorganics the Asari had with her?
Venezia brought them with her.
How can I get into the maintenance area?
A team lead would have access. Like Dr. Cohen. He's in the medical bay.
I'll be leaving now.
Yeah.
Alright. Return to Cohen, you've got the cure. Return to Dr. Cohen in the infirmary. Alright, we can do that. Noveria Rift Station. You found Rift Station held by the battered survivors of the science team. It's obvious they've had a bad time and can't hold much longer. Sorry, I had trouble reading that. You were attacked by Geth in the quarantine lab. A couple of Asari commandos, too. Han Olar told you they came from the sealed maintenance area. Dr. Cohen might be able to get you inside. Alright. Well, that would be useful. I guess we're headed back to see Dr. Cohen anyway.
Is that the cure? You did it?
I was ambushed in the lab you sent me to. If you set me up...
You were attacked? I don't know anything about that. I hate conflict. I've never even fired anyone. I have my receptionist do it.
Okay.
The guards? They've been more on edge since you got here. I think they were expecting you. And there are more labs in the back. The guards won't even let me back there. Just people with clearance.
What about the maintenance area? Do you have access to that?
The maintenance area? Yes. Take my pass. But there's just snow back there. Let me see that file. An extension on Phelps' work? I thought he was on the right track. I can't thank you enough. Oh, God, what a cliché. You saved their lives. Do you know that?
This is one of those places where I actually don't care at all. So much that I'm not even going to put up my PowerPoint slide. I have no idea how many charm or intimidate you need here, because this is the silliest one I've ever seen. I mean, metagel is the one thing you do not need to go in search of, and sure as hell don't need to persuade somebody out of it. Grenades, that would be a different story. I would know in that case, and I'd be pissed off if I couldn't. But, no.
That's what I'm here for. Forget about it.
I need to administer this. Thanks again.
Look at that, 24 Paragon points for that, and a lot of XP, of course. That completes Noveria quarantine. Several of the scientists. You went into the contaminated labs to make a cure for them. They should recover in time, which is very nice. And this has been updated too. Okay, you persuaded Dr. Cohen to give you his pass. I actually didn't use persuasion, but that's okay. You can now sneak into the sealed maintenance area of the science team, near the scientist quarter and the quarantine lab. So, of course, I think what they're talking... What the hell? Oh, that's just... Okay, this is the whole map of the particular level we're on. Alright, I guess I'll talk about where we're headed in the next episode, because this is kind of where I want to stop here. We got some... Oh, from the fight. I just got a Savant 10. I don't care about that. But anyway, let's save. Alright, we'll pick up the story from right here next time.